Hey, what's up everybody from the Razer Academy? This is Dave from netcodesource.com, and in this guide I'm going to go over a basic default on CT side of train for CSGO and then a T side default. And I'm going to try to discuss roles, player responsibilities, what they need to be watching, what guns they should be using at each spot, and just a very basic guide so you have a little bit more understanding of how to play the map. This is mainly for players who are maybe more new towards the competitive scene and are trying to get into it and would otherwise not know this information unless they played a lot or had someone who really knows what they're talking about to discuss it. If you've been playing competitively for a long time, you probably don't really need this video that much, but it might be good to watch it and just see if I point out anything that you may not know. Alright guys, now we're going to be going over a CT side default setup and how you want to play. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the inside player. Now the inside player is going to go towards inner, and he's generally going to spot from here, and he could either have an AWP or a rifle. And then once he spots, he's going to try to delay them as much as possible and tell his teammates how many have crossed and things like that, and give your teammates information when you're the inner player. If they actually execute inner, it's very difficult to hold the site. Nobody expects you to stop the plant. Nobody expects you to get 3 kills even. You want to just get 1 or 2 and then delay them as long as possible and give your teammates good information. That's your main role. Now, after you spot, there's a lot of different ways you can play. You can either play on the pop dog and you can counter flash and flash like that and things of that nature. You could play on top of the train like this and wait for them to come down. You could play in between the silos like so. You could play behind the silos. You could push upper even up this ladder and try to frag out, or you could fall back and play it passive and play from the CT ramp trying to shoot anybody coming out upper in the planter, or even back hump area or the back lanes around here. It's up to you and how you want to play it. Now that is the player that plays inside and his role and responsibilities. The next player we're going to look at is the rotator. This guy's kind of like a floater. He usually comes here, he spots for anybody coming out fast mid, he spots for anybody coming out fast ladder, and then if they come outside, he just tries to help as much as possible for his teammates. He tries to make sure they can't get into the Z connector and flank inner, and then if they come inner, he tries to help his inside player as much as possible and try to get as many kills as he can before they plant the bomb. And he kind of doesn't have any sole responsibility besides add whatever he can to the team and get as many kills as possible and support your teammates as well as good as possible. So now when you come to outside, you're going to have 3 different spots. You're going to have an IV player who's responsible for this and trying to kill them when they come out of here. Then you're going to have a team middle player who's responsible for people coming out of here. And then you're going to have a ladder player who's going to be responsible for players coming out of here. Now the main thing you want to do on this map is stop the rush. You want to use a lot of pre-nades and a lot of pre-flashes to make sure they cannot rush outside or inside. Once you do that and you get set up, you play in a setup where you have one guy watching Ivy from anywhere he wants. He could frag or die in it. He could fall back to here. He could fall back to here, he could fall back bomb, whatever he wants. And then you have a ladder player and a middle player, and generally speaking, a very good default setup that's really hard to stop, which is what I'm going to discuss, is when you have one player playing on top of this train aggressively, then you have another player playing on top of this ladder train aggressively. So you're both playing aggressively, and you just kind of cut off the choke points, and unless they have very good flashes and executions, you're going to shut a team down. So once again, you're going to have 3 players outer, you're going to have a floater, and you're going to have an inside player. And those are really their roles and responsibilities. And the most important thing on this map that you want to make sure you do is that you stop the rush so that you can get set up in these overpowered positions like being on top of these trains at team middle and ladder. Alright, so now that we've discussed CT side, let's go over to T side, and I'm going to give you guys a basic default of what you guys want to do. So the basic default of what you guys want to do on T side is a 2-1-2. It's been ran in Counter-Strike on train for years and years and years, and it's pretty simple. You could change this from a 3-1-1 where you put 3 ladder, 1 middle, 1 ivy, but generally speaking, I'm going to talk about a 2-1-2. And what a 2-1-2 means is that you have 2 coming ladder, and they're going to go down here, and they're going to go either quickly or at their own pace, and they're going to go outer from ladder. Then you're going to have 1 player middle, and he's going to come over here, and he's going to throw flashes out middle and things like that and try to help people out. And then you're going to have 2 people ivy. And the 2 people ivy are going to come take ivy, and we want them to smoke the backside like so, flash out and things like that, and then try to take to the front side of the bomb and pinch heaven hell with the middle guy. So once again, it's a 2-1-2, just a very basic setup. The ivy guys push back ivy, they get this smoke down, and they try to take this way. A front side take is what we call it from ivy, and they try to take heaven hell. The middle player, generally speaking, will throw flashes and try to pinch on hell with them. And then the ladder players will come down ladder and really just try to get as many kills as possible when you're the ladder players. Do whatever you want, really. You get the bomb down, you plant, you try to win the round. T-side train is very hard in this game against good teams that know how to stop the rush. But nonetheless, that's a very basic default of what you want to do on train. There's a lot of smokes that you could throw and things like that. For more information on that, check out netcodesource.com, and we have a lot of more advanced guides on what to do. Alright guys, this has been a brief overview of train and what to do on CT side and T side. Just hopefully giving you guys a general feel of the map and what to expect when you start to play it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or want to give any video suggestions, you can either put them in the YouTube comment box below, or you can contact us through the Razer Academy on the Razer Academy website. Now, you can find more videos like this on Inferno, Nuke, and Dust 2, just like this, that'll explain those maps since these are the 4 core maps, so I figured I'd focus on them. There's also a lot more videos that we do for the Razer Academy, and you could simply search Netcode on the Razer Academy YouTube channel and check us out there. Thanks again for watching, and I hope I helped you guys just a bit. This has been Dave from netcodesource.com. See you guys later.